Hello, everybody. Just wanted to give you a quick little thank you before the episode starts to everyone who was sweet enough to be interested in the Perfect Person merch. It was very sweet to see everyone's responses, and to everyone who bought the merch and was interested or just said nice things about it. I do appreciate it. I also wanted to give a quick little announcement that there is a highlights channel on YouTube where I am taking calls from the show and kind of remixing them into more of a YouTube format. I'm using stock footage and music and sound effects to kind of repurpose some of the footage from the show to pop it into more of a digestible format for the algorithm of sorts. So if you want to check out that, the link is also in the description for the Perfect Person highlights channel. And without further ado, please enjoy this episode of Perfect Person with DJ Kittens.
This is a Headgum podcast.
Hello and welcome to Perfect Person, the show where I'm perfect and you're a person. This morning, I went on a little stroll, and that sort of sparked my day off. In case anyone was kind of wondering how I rev myself up for the day. Well, I'm sitting here with Kittens / Lauren Abedini. Abedini?
Yeah, wow, you actually said it right. People always fuck it up.
I tried. Thanks for joining the show, Lauren.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You have a podcast, She, Her, They, which is about identity and gender and sexuality. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about that show? Because one of the things I listened to an episode of your show, you are so unbelievably thoughtful. You're a great listener. You're very in tune with your guests. And I love that you're here because this show is the silliest, most ridiculous thing. And people are going to call in and I'm going to give them the spice and you're going to kind of give them the heart. And
okay,
deal. Excited to have you on the show.
Yeah, I mean, She, Her, They is, it's kind of it was a passion project, honestly. I just felt like there was a lot of people whose identities and stories weren't highlighted. And I felt like having a space for that could help other people who are maybe struggling to, if they hear Kehlani or Demi Lovato talking about what they struggle with now or struggles they've overcome, or me, if somebody for some reason looks up to me and I talk about what I struggle with and what I've overcome and, my dreams and whatnot, I feel like it gives people permission to go through their own journeys and to not judge themselves so much and to have a little bit more hope and, just a little bit more motivation that things can get better and there's cool shit to be had out there, even if you're terrified of being yourself.
Oh, completely. I also feel like that's kind of I'm white straighty here, but I will say identity is something that is so relatable to everybody.
Totally.
I think it's if you're having an identity conversation with somebody who's I'm non-binary, I'm figuring that out, or I'm trans, I'm figuring that out. To me, that stuff is all extra relatable because it's all just about trying to figure out who you are and express that in the right way.
For sure. And I think too, another thing that we talk about a lot is creativity and career paths and just doing what you want to do with your life, essentially.
Sure. Yeah.
Seeing people that you can relate to and identify with makes it a lot easier to go after certain things, having some sort of role model and finding somebody that you're okay, if they can do it, I can totally do this.
Oh, completely. Yeah. Who are some people that you look up to?
There's so many, and this is going to sound so cliche, but people like Oprah.
Yeah. Honestly, she's the big one.
She's the biggest one. She overcame so many hurdles, especially in her time.
Yeah.
And she didn't start popping off until her 30s, her mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's nuts. There's so much pressure to have your life figured out and your whole journey and path figured out when you're 18?
Yeah. I certainly did not have anything together when I was 18.
Hell no. And everyone's having a quarter life crisis because their life didn't turn out the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, right.
But you could wake up tomorrow and be Oprah.
That is on a t-shirt now.
Yeah.
You could wake up tomorrow and be Oprah.
Yeah.
No, that's so funny. I was talking to somebody about this today, but Ellen Pompeo didn't get cast as Meredith Grey in Grey's Anatomy. She was 34, 35. wild. Like
so nuts.
For her, I'm sure she was like, oh, I'm trying to be an actress, like all these things going through her life. And then to just be like, actually, I'm fucking Meredith Grey now.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
There's so many stories like that of people who like their life didn't come together fully and they didn't settle into whatever amazing thing they're at now until, midlife or later for some people.
Sure, 40s, 50s. There's a lot of like directors, I feel like, too, who don't direct their first movies until they're in their 40s or 50s. I think that's also because like directing is something you have to be a leader. You have to like kind of have intuition on how to talk to people.
Yeah. There's a lot. Actually, one of my best friends, she just turned 40 and she's been in the industry forever. And she is just now directing, wrote, and producing her first feature film. And it's like, it's going to be like a big proper big one. And I was like, oh shit. Look at that.
No, yeah. I think it's so easy, especially because there's so many like, you see a 30 under 30 list.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, oh man.
Side note, those people pay to get on those.
Yeah, isn't it right?
So that should be noted because come on, you're not just magically getting nominated for being awesome. Like you're paying and you have a team. Yeah. Like there's a lot. So. Yeah,
right. You have to pay to get on this list. It's also like a lot of those people, they have legs up that you can't necessarily see. Yeah. Like we were talking about on the cold open, I would love to open a coffee shop when I'm 40. And then when I'm 50, I don't know, maybe I'll be a professional athlete.
It could happen. Have you seen that guy who's, I think he's like injecting or taking stem cells from his son because he wants to be like reverse his aging. Please tell me you've seen this.
I have not seen it. That is so funny. That's like tech CEO stuff.
It totally is. It's so weird. He thinks he's like biohacking. And he's like, I think in his late 40s, but he's like, my goal is to be physically 18. And so he's like, my lungs are 23 and my heart is 25. And like, he's doing all this to try and
that's why he's dating a 19-year-old.
I'm sure. I'm sure. That's his justification.
Like, hey, like you gotta relax, man.
My brain is 17.
My brain.
So.
See, that's why it's okay.
Yeah.
Now, what qualifies you as a perfect person on this day for the audience? What can you tell the audience about yourself that they're going to be like, okay, great, Kittens is here, and Kittens is here to solve my problems over the phone?
I've been in therapy my entire life.
Incredible.
Honestly, I'm like, okay, this therapy is like worked. Cool. I've got this problem done. What else can I fix?
Yeah,
and
sure.
I've literally tried probably every therapy modality. I'm like, ooh, what's EMDR? Oh, should I do hypnotherapy? I've done it all.
You did hypnotherapy?
I've done hypnotherapy. I've done EMDR. I've done somatic work. I've done like all of it because I'm just like, what else can we tinker with? I'm like reading self-growth, self-help stuff all the time. I'm always eager to tinker and improve things. So.
Absolutely. Well, the phone's ringing off the damn hook.
Yeah.
So it's about time we get to the callers. But before we do, if you're listening to the show and you like the show, you can like and subscribe on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, on YouTube. Check out the video version. And if you love the show, consider joining us on Patreon, where we have an extended version of every single episode, including this one, where we talked all about our dreams and aspirations and also your espresso machine. And as well as bonus episodes every single Friday. But for now, let's hop into the calls here.
Hi, Miles. I'm getting married in literally a week, and I really, really need your help on figuring out a plan on how I can get two of my friends to hook up at my wedding. Please and thank you so much.
Have you ever played matchmaker with your friends? A sigh, 1,000 wins of
I've done reverse
wisdom.
Matchmaking.
You've unmatchmaking your friend. You saw a spark and you're like, no, we got to get in there.
Yes, I'm like, this is going to be bad for everybody. Absolutely not. Yeah. Because I mean, it's, when you know that people would actually like get along and click and be a healthy vibe partnership, then yeah, cool. I'll matchmake all day. But if I see the just absolute chaos that's going to break out, I'm going to stop it. I'm a problem solver.
Right. There's something so funny where it's like, I've said this about matchmaking before in the show, but it is so fun to have your friends hook up for like the first 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, we're all hanging out and like they're flirting and it's great. And then it's like, oh no, this is going to fracture the entire group. Like we have to cut this out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gay and all of my lesbian friends, like our circle is small. It's already everyone's, exes or friends and da-da-da. But I'm like, let's not complicate it any more than
Right.
it already is.
When you see a storm brewing, you
Yeah.
have to get in there and avoid it.
No fucking way.
Hello. Thanks for calling Perfect Person. I'm here to call you back. I'm with Kittens.
Hi.
Oh my God, hi.
Well, we heard your voicemail and we obviously need some more information on what's going on with your buddies and whether or not it's going to be a good idea for them to French at your wedding.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So I guess for context, these are two friends that don't really know each other. It's like a friend from high school and a friend from my old job.
Okay, so isolated incidents. So there's not that much room for backlash, which is
Yeah.
definitely a plus so far.
Yeah, for real. That's kind of what I was thinking. I guess that's like where the hard part is like how do you get them to connect, when they don't really know each other. They've met like once or twice.
Do you think that they would get along? Like, what are their personality types? And you can give them the fake names if you need.
Okay, so we'll call him Andy, my friend from high school. We're part of kind of a bigger group of friends that still hang out, and he's just like one of the nicest people that I know. And my friend, we'll call her Natalie, that I used to work with. She is so sweet and so nice, but she just has a problem with being with guys that don't really appreciate her.
Okay, so you're trying to fix the problem with your friend Andy.
Yeah, I know this guy who's single and really nice, and I know he would treat you well, and you're both, smart people, successful at their jobs, fun to be around. I guess that's the thought process behind everything.
Right.
The how is what I'm struggling with.
Right, the how. I mean, I've got a lot of little ideas here that I think are really going to be good. My technique for hooking my friends up is typically that I act like a fool and they get to both react to that together. I actually really enjoy, I used to live with my best friend John, and he would, when I lived in New York, he would have dates over, girls over, stuff like that. I always love that because for me, there's zero stakes. I'm just in it to have a good time, be charming, have fun, whatever. And they get to sort of participate in that experience being like, oh man, how fun, whatever. So it's up to you to just sort of be like, you're introducing conversation topics. You're throwing stuff out there. You're kind of maybe being like, oh, wow, you guys actually have a lot in common, whatever. Because for you, there's no stakes.
That's true.
Now,
That's
Lauren?
very true.
So it dawned on me, my girlfriend I've been with for 4 years,
Yeah.
my friend kind of matchmaker us.
And how did that go?
We lived together and we've
Perfectly.
been together 4 years. So
But
it's going so well.
What were the puppet strings that were there?
Yeah. Okay, so I had actually just gotten out of a situation dating a con artist. That's a whole other story.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
The fart sound. The fart sound was delayed, hands terrified, Lauren.
Oh,
So yeah, go for it. Sorry.
So I had just gotten out of a really bad situation, and I was literally like, I'm never dating again.
Sure.
I'm good. I'm done. I'm tapping out forever.
Sure.
And I was having to go to New York to DJ, or I was teaching, I do these charity DJ workshops where
cool.
I teach women and queer people how to DJ for a day. It's a whole fun thing, whatever. So I was going to be going to New York, and one of my best friends out there, she had posted the flyer, just kind of getting word out. And I guess my girlfriend had hit her up and was like, oh, that looks cool. Cause she just she's I'm going to do all the hobbies in the world type of girl. Let me try everything.
Love that.
And my friend was like, light bulb. And so she hits me up. She's like, oh, Lauren, Ash my friend Ash wants to take the thing. Can you make sure she gets in? Da, da, da. And I was like, yeah, sure. And so I'm out there and I'm staying with my friend at her house before this thing happens. And she's like, I think you would really be into her. And I was like, well, too fucking bad. I'm never dating. Yeah. She's like, I don't know. I feel like she's very much what you your vibe and what you'd need. And I was like, well, I don't know. I'm not interested. And then she walked into the workshop and I was like, well, fuck everything else I said. Never mind.
Right.
But I think having that little private, planting that seed helps, because then it leaves room for people to kind of be eyeballing each other, and then they can have their thing. Mm-hmm. So if you kind of drop a little hint with not too much information to both of them, I think you might be really into, whoever, Natalie, and
Yeah,
I forget what
right.
the guy's name is, but
Andy.
Andy,
Got it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think you might actually be into them. And then,
Oh yeah, they were
It's-
mentioning that they actually thought you maybe were cute. I don't know. I didn't say anything.
yeah, just like do one of those prior to the event. And then
Yeah.
at the event, you can do, some little silly thing to kind of get them to have an interaction, break the ice for them.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't tell your friend that he's going to treat you so nice because honestly,
Yeah.
9 times out of
That's
10,
probably not the best.
they like,
Oh
you know,
no, yeah, you don't want to give them a challenge because they're like, oh well, whatever. Like,
yeah. And it's like, I feel like people that tend to go for the not best partner selections that
The
treat them kind of
danger
shitty.
kiss.
Yeah. You don't want to tell them that this is the nice fluffy golden retriever because they might be
No.
like, eh.
You should be like, he actually drives a hog.
Yeah.
A sick Harley. He's the baddest guy ever. He walks in, really nice. Yeah, no, I think that's actually a good point where you don't want to give them too much information because the mystery is actually cooler.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun for them to go into the wedding knowing that there's someone there that's like, oh, like they're aware of me and I'm aware of them. And then like as
They catch eyes,
they catch
little
eyes.
moments.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'll have a
exactly.
little moment to bond at the bar.
No, that's really nice. Your whole story about how you met your girlfriend I was picturing like, that scene from Ghost with the clay?
Yeah.
It was that, but with a MIDI keyboard. Just
Honestly,
no way.
I kid you not, because there was like 45 people in there, and I'm running around teaching everybody stuff.
Right.
And I wanted to talk to her because I was like all fucking curious
Yeah.
now. But I didn't know how to open, and I was such a little kid. I went up and I was like, "Why are you being so stiff?" And I was like, "What are you doing? You need to relax." And then I was just kind of poking at her. She still brings it up to this day. She's like, "You're so mean."
That's
I'm like,
so funny.
but it's something to open with. And I don't know.
Sometimes, like when really you're pressed up against a wall and you have to flirt, it does like little kid behavior does come
It
out.
totally does. I was like, God, that was so like grade school, but it worked.
I've said this before, but the way I met my wife, we were at a snack table at a party, and she was really going ham on the snacks, and so was I. And I was just like, "You're a little snack monkey, huh?" And I know, I don't know what it means. I don't know why I said it. I have no idea. But thankfully, it did work out, and we're married, and we have a child.
I love that.
A happy ending.
Yeah.
But how's this resonating for you? And on your special day, you're going to get your friends to get together.
Yeah. It's definitely great to hear from someone who had this happen to them and it was successful because my friend Natalie
That's
is
right.
definitely sort of in that phase of like, all men suck, that
Sure.
sort of mentality
Yeah.
after just being hurt one too many times. So I'm like, glad to hear that it's worked out with other people. And yeah, planning like a little seed to make some mystery and intrigue beforehand, I think that's really smart because then they'll be prepped and ready
Right.
to go in for
That's a great
maybe a
point.
little something more obvious.
It's also like if
They'll be more receptive.
especially if your friend is sort of feeling down in the dumps about dating in general, sometimes just flirting will help you get out of that. So it's like if your friends don't, hook up or whatever, that's fine. It might just give your friend a boost of confidence to be like, oh, it feels really nice to flirt in a low stakes setting.
Right.
If they're
right.
feeling like they're sort of over dating in general.
Yeah, it brings the walls down
And
a
I
bit.
do feel like someone else's wedding is a low stakes setting when you're kind of on different sides of the friend group or the people. It's like,
Right.
oh yeah, it'll be like a fun story we could tell someday maybe.
If all else fails, you could do what we did at our wedding, which was Sarah insisted that we sort of took the mic at one point, and my lovely wife said, "Could everyone who's single please stand?"
Wow, that's
my God.
incredible.
And honestly, it was really helpful for all the single people in there because if you're at a wedding, you're single, you kind of want to like hook up with somebody. Weddings are full of love. It's like a party, whatever. So all the single people stood, and Sarah was just like, "Look around the room,
Take your pick.
take your pick."
Wow.
And then people hooked up.
Take a claim here.
Yeah. So
Dang.
that's kind of a nice, like, little fun way to let everyone know what they're there for.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. You have a fantastic. Well, I hung up on her.
Oh. Oopsies.
Thank you for calling in, and you're already gone. And to her, I just said thanks and hung up. I'm mortified. I can't.
I think she'll forgive you. It's fine.
She's gonna sue
Oh my
me for
God.
everything that I'm worth.
Trauma.
Everybody knows that I love cash. I love to have it and I love to hold it. And I love a little life hack that it's going to get me more of the green stuff. And that's why I love Rocket Money, actually. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. I've been subscribing for years to all sorts of things that I forgot about and are actually still charging my card. And if you're like me, then you're going to use this absolutely banging service to be able to let you know how much money you are wasting on things you don't remember that you're paying for anymore. So if you don't know exactly how much you're spending every month, you need Rocket Money. Over 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about, and chances are you're one of them, like that Stars app just to watch one show or that free gaming trial you've actually never used. My main sell for this product is that I actually logged into Rocket Money, and the amount of money I paid for Rocket Money immediately underweighed the amount that I was wasting month to month on several subscriptions that I forgot that I was paying for. I'm sort of a streaming service god in that I have all the streaming services and I forget that I actually am paying for them every month. So Rocket Money helped me clear those out, and you don't even need to go to those special sites to unsubscribe. Rocket Money will do all that for you, baby. Over 3 million people have used Rocket Money, saving the average person up to $720 a year. Stop throwing your money away, cancel unwanted subscriptions, and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/perfectperson. That's rocketmoney.com/perfectperson, rocketmoney.com/perfect person. I'm a new daddy, I'm a new zaddy, and I gotta tell you, sleep is the biggest commodity of my entire life. It's the thing that gets me up in the AM, and it's the thing that gets me to sleep in the PM. That was maybe the dumbest thing I've ever said, but I can absolutely guarantee you that the Hatch rest will be worth your time and cash. Waking up feeling refreshed and being a parent to young children don't usually go hand in hand, but with Hatch Rest, restful nights for the entire family can be your new reality. The Hatch Rest is an innovative all-in-one sleep device designed just for kids. It's both a sound machine and night light that grows with your children. During the newborn stage, Hatch helps make for a soothing and comfortable sleep environment with continuous sounds like white noise, wind, rain, and lullabies. I am a storm girly, so we've got rain sounds bubbling like a little lagoon in the baby's room. When the baby was sleeping in our bedroom, we would just not turn the thing off all day. So anytime you went in there, day or night, it was a bubbling, babbling storm lagoon that you could go and rest in. And it was quite relaxing and very sweet. As your child grows, Hatch allows toddlers and big kids to build sleep independence with customized colors and sound cues. The time for bed pairing alerts tell them it's time to wind down for the night, and then in the morning, their special time to rise signal helps to teach them when it's okay to get out of their bed for the day. I love the Hatch Rest. I used it I love the sweet sounds of storms that lull my baby to sleep and make me feel relaxed as I put him down for bed. Right now, Hatch is offering my listeners up to 50% off your purchase of a Hatch Rest and free shipping at hatch.co/perfectperson. So if you're ready for improved sleep for your kids and yourself, go to hatch.co/perfectperson to get up to 15% off and free shipping. That's hatch.co/perfectperson. Let's get back to the calls here. Okay. Trying to woo the local plant guy. Okay.
Hey, Miles and crew, if there is one. I am trying to woo the local plant guy. There's a plant store around the corner from me, and the guy who owns the store is hot as hell, and I need to figure out what's going on. Have a great afternoon. Bye.
I don't know exactly how this is going to go, but I do think if you own a plant store, you're probably horny as hell. And I don't know why I think that, but there's something about working with your hands in the soil.
There's something there. There's something there.
There's something that just exudes
sexuality.
Sexuality. Work at trimming little clippings.
Hello?
Hello, you called Perfect Person because you want to bang the guy at the plant store. I'm Miles Bonsignore and I'm here with Kittens.
Hi.
No, that wasn't me.
That wasn't you?
No.
Oh. Oh, did you call? Sorry. Did you call about the grocery store?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to solve this really quick because we have to call the other person back too.
Oh my God.
But you called because you're a recent adult and you don't know how to grocery shop.
Yeah, I can cook, but I don't know how to grocery shop.
Sorry. Different vibe.
Different vibe.
We gotta just reset. What kind of meal prep are you doing?
I tend to like cook a lot of rice.
That's awesome.
At the beginning of the week. And then otherwise, I just like don't know how to decide what to cook.
Well, you should do. I don't know. Do you cook for yourself, Lauren?
I do, but I am very lazy. So my defaults are obviously I will order something. But number two, I know I'm like an ingredient person most of the time versus a like, let me make a whole specific dish.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, let me make sure I've got like chicken cooked. I've got some like, I like throwing together maybe like a little bowl of some sort. So I'll have like chicken cooked. I'll have salmon. I'll have like beans and, maybe some little fresh bits so I can easily make a quesadilla or a little like Asian salmon bowl or whatever. I like
sort
bits.
of Emily Mariko style.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I think that, having all that stuff.
That's a good system. I don't have that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it makes grocery shopping so much easier.
Big time. You gotta have the basics.
Things. Yeah. Your defaults that you can make multiple dishes with.
Yeah, right. Because if you have chicken, that can go 1,000 different ways.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm definitely I eat pretty much the same things. I mean, it's hard because when I go to the grocery store, I buy all sorts of stuff, but then I kind of eat the same stuff. And then like, I'll be like, oh yeah, that eggplant went bad. I wonder why. I don't eat eggplant really. Like that's not baked into my routine. So like I usually go yogurt granola in the morning and then I've got a thing for the evening. So I think you just have to think a little bit about it. But I think this is also a good time for you to get into cooking. If you don't know how to grocery shop, then I would like pick a couple recipes that are usually pretty easy. Typically also like when you follow a recipe, you can make a lot of different types of cuisine with, if you buy chicken, rice, and salmon, and then a bunch of different types of spices, you can make like a lot of different types of cuisine.
Yeah. Also those, when I was first getting into just like figuring out how to cook and what I liked, I started doing those little like Blue Apron-esque meal whatevers because you just pick the recipes and they send you the exact amount of ingredients that you need to make those.
Yeah,
and then you get to be like, I really liked making pasta vibes. So, okay, now moving forward, I know that I can get pasta and XYZ from the grocery store and that will be one of my default meals for whatever the week.
Yeah, big time. Pasta and sauce is a real classic. And if you make like a full jar of sauce and a full thing of pasta, you have a ton of meals. Also, Every Plate is a sponsor. True. I don't know if they sponsor this episode, but they do send they do the exact thing where they send you a bunch of stuff. And what I kind of liked about that, it was that they aren't sending you like a predetermined thing. They're just sending you a recipe and like carrots and chicken and whatever. So you can kind of make whatever you want, or you can like adjust that stuff to your own liking.
Yeah. Cool.
So we hope that helps. We've got to get to the girl who wants to bang her plant store owner. Thank you so much for calling in. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
That was fantastic. Came in real hot.
I
and
know.
She's like, what?
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, this is definitely the phone number, and we've got to help this person.
Hello?
Hello, you called because you want to bang the plant guy. I'm here with Kittens.
Hi.
Oh my God. What the heck? I'm in the park right now. What the heck?
You're in the park. Oh my gosh. What
Searching for plants?
Searching for plants to bring to him.
Yeah. I'm just going to pick up a couple dandelions and see if he likes them.
Very nice. So tell us about your situation. It sounds like you've got a local hunk and you're looking for a way to woo.
Oh, yes. So here's the situation. I live in a pretty, dense neighborhood. It's walkable, not to brag. But there's a plant shop around the corner from me. The guy who owns it is hot. I don't know how old he is, but he has full sleeves of tattoos and a German Shepherd that always sits at the door and greets everybody.
Oh, I love that.
That's great, yeah.
Also, who am I talking to?
Oh, hi.
This is Miles and Kittens.
Hi.
Kittens. Hi.
So he's sort of a hunky guy, and you've been to the store a couple times.
Yeah.
Does he recognize you at the store yet or not yet?
He does. Yeah.
Oh, it's so awesome.
I've messaged him on Instagram because I had a problem with my fiddly fig.
Those damn fiddle leaf figs.
They're difficult.
They really are.
I'm scary. I have a Monstera, but I'm not ready to do a fiddle leaf.
I caved and I got a really nice fake fiddle leaf that was done. I killed too many.
I think that is fine.
I killed too many.
It was plant genocide for a while where I was not good at it. And then I just kind of, something cracked where I was like, oh, if I treat this like a puzzle, then it's like more fun for me. But fiddle leaves, I haven't done.
Too difficult.
My Monstera is growing like crazy though.
Yeah, sometimes they have a personality of their own, and you just have to figure it out.
So he already messaged you back and forth on Instagram.
You're in touch.
Yes, he did. Although I don't know if he knows that I'm the same person of the person that he messaged.
Oh, so you need to connect those dots. And were the messages flirty or were they strictly business about the fiddle leaf?
It was mostly business. I was like, what is this bug in my fiddle leaf?
Is your profile private? Could he like do a lurk
It's
and
public.
see? Okay,
It's public.
that's good.
He can do a lurk.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe he does know. I haven't been there in a while though, so then there's this whole thing where I was going to go out of business, and I then donated to the GoFundMe, and then I
have to take advantage
I had
before
to.
it goes. You have to do this.
You have to hook up with
This is
this
your
guy
time.
before his business goes.
This is time.
Yeah, this is sort of pressing.
But then it was saved.
So I think that, like, to me, you already have contact. Well, here's a question for you. Is your Instagram like aesthetic and stuff, or is it sort of like a burner account?
It's a mix. It's like mostly like pictures of me at various
Fantastic.
locations.
That's exactly what I meant. If
As long as there's a face.
Yeah, exactly. There's a face, there's a picture, it's pictures of you. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, I think you got to connect the dots for him, and you're already a regular at the store, right? So I think that you need to ask for his help getting a gift for someone else. Hey, I have a friend. They really are trying to get into plants. What can you help me with? The more like one-on-one contact you have with this person, and then you just have to be really charming for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then the second time you go back in and you buy another plant, this is unfortunately going to require some investment on your part.
Yeah, this is not a cheap plant store.
No, this is not a cheap hookup. You can't just waltz on in there and say, I want to take you to coffee. I mean, you could.
Yeah.
But that would be less Ocean's 11. And I'm trying to
That's strategy.
where this guy thinks it's his idea. But yeah, like I think that like, especially because he's a local, there's something so cool about a local owner, right? But like I think
he lives right above the shop.
Oh, even better.
Oh,
that's hot.
That's really hot. Why? That's so awesome. He lives right upstairs.
Let me show you my private collection. He's got rare plants up there.
I've got an orchid upstairs in my bathroom.
Oh my God. He was doing like a sale of stuff that was in his house that he wanted to get rid of because he had too many goddamn plants.
This is a cool guy.
Yeah.
I think that,
He's
like
very cool.
You got to ask for help. And then like, I think you just got to see, because you also don't want to burn your reputation at the plant store. So I think you need to do a little bit of sniffing around to see if he's sort of flirting back, if he's maybe a little bit interested there before you go full mulch.
Mulch?
I just sort of picked a plant thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full mulch.
Mulch is kind of like a commitment, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta maintain.
But I think you got to go in, ask for help. I'm buying a plant for a friend. I am trying to, do something. And that way, like, you have sort of a one-on-one conversation, and then you build a little bit of a rapport. And then you could just sort of be like, oh, here's actually a good one. You go into the plant store, be like, oh, you have this rapport. I'm going to go to coffee, but I'm going to come pick this up later. Do you want a coffee?
Ooh, good one.
Ooh.
So then,
that's good.
Then he's like, oh, no, I'm okay. And be like, no, come on. You're so great. Like, I see you all the time. What if I buy you a coffee? That's why you're not asking him to coffee. You're just going to bring him a coffee.
One. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that takes things up a notch.
Okay, so there's no prep.
Spices things up a notch. Yeah.
Oh, and you should be like, when you go in there, reference your messages on Instagram. Be like, oh my God, thank you so much for explaining that. Like my fiddle leaf is popping now. Like everything's good. Thank you so much for responding to me on Instagram.
Now. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's nice. Because then he's like,
I got 3 new leaves the other day.
It sort of then like reveals that he knows you better than he thought he did.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, I have this open line of communication. So you're not doing this like, hey, let's exchange numbers. Like he can hit you up, or you can like DM a bit more casually after this too, to keep the rapport going.
Yeah, that's
so true.
That's really, really nice. Because I think you want to slow play this because it's like his store, much in the same way that like you don't necessarily want to approach a barista and ask them out at their job because like they work there and it's sort of like they're friendly to every, you know what I mean? It's like, see, that's why you want to slow play it so you feel like you're getting a little bit of interest before you get into it full force.
Right.
Full mulch, if I may.
Yeah. There's another variable here is that my boyfriend's also into him.
That's kind of great, though, right?
This additional variable.
Late to the party variable. We didn't know about this to begin with. Oh, wow. Okay.
And he actually already did the thing of, hey, I need advice for a plant about our other partner.
You're both just going in asking for advice from the same guy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know if he's like down to clown?
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, we're both trying to figure out if he's a little bisexual because he has very bisexual vibes.
I mean, you can smell some queerness.
Sure. I mean, he owns the plant store and he lives.
Yeah. It's giving gay. There's a dash of gay in there somewhere.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that probably like, because one of you is just sort of going to have to take the plunge before you add the other one in.
Yeah.
And which one is up to you?
Yeah.
Whichever one of you feels like you have the best rapport.
Yeah.
Would you be like, say he's interested? Would it need to be like, I don't know what your arrangement with your partner is, but would it need to be we're a package deal? But like, would he have to be in on it with you? Like you could just kind of have a good time with the plant guy yourself, or would
No.
Like, what if the plant guy is not?
I mean, basically, whatever happens, I'm gonna tell my boyfriend the hot goss.
Okay.
Gotcha. Are you and your boyfriend competing for the plant guy's attention?
Yeah.
Would you be a throuple with the plant guy?
Well, we're already in a throuple with another person who doesn't live in this neighborhood.
Oh, right. Is that person not interested in the plant guy as well?
I don't think they've met the plant guy.
You should
but
maybe
I have given them a plant that I got from the plant guy.
Maybe don't introduce them to the plant guy because then you're throwing another person into the competition.
Exactly. There's too much going on. It's like one of you. We're talking to you on the phone. We want to get you to hook up with the plant guy. Okay. So if you need to be competitive with your boyfriend and your other partner, that's fine.
Yeah, I think that this all sounds like a good plan. I actually might walk over there right after I'm finished reading my book in the park.
Well, that's fantastic. I am very curious to hear how this turns out. I do callbacks for the Patreon show, and I'm absolutely going to be needing an update from this.
Okay, will do.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for calling in. This is so hilariously juicy, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Right.
Have a good one.
Bye. That's fun.
Wow. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a really good one.
That was a really good one. Okay, we've got another call here. Let's go for this person who is having trouble with their fraudulent boss.
Oh.
Hey, Miles. I've called you a couple times about this and shit is just getting worse at my job. My boss is completely unhinged. Fairly certain he's committing many frauds at the same time, not only romantically, but also financially. And I do not know what to do. Okay, bye.
What is romantic fraud?
It sounds like a Bridgerton subplot.
Yeah.
Romantic fraud.
Does
I have no
mean,
idea what that could mean.
So, I don't know if you can like really be a con artist under
He's
those
cheating.
circumstances.
You said the word con artist a couple times.
Yeah.
I'm so curious about what you mean.
I dated somebody who fully lied about their job, their background, and where they lived.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was long distance, so they got away with things for a minute. And then I was like, something's not adding up here.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I don't know what the end game plan is if you're someone who's lying like that.
I don't know. Also, how stressful.
Yeah.
How stressful.
That's like, I can't not tell the truth. It fucking freaks me out. I would not be able to sleep.
No, my stomach would hurt.
Just
I would
being
just
like,
be like
I actually
stressed.
work at Wall Street.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, like what have I done?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, what? I don't know. It was bizarre, but I was like, whoa, I let somebody very scary way too close to me.
Yeah, that's so
And then
tough.
I was like, I'm questioning my judgment, my character judgment. Like I should have known.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not ideal.
I see why you were in the position you were in before you met your girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm actually done with this.
Yeah, I was like, I'm really good. I can't trust myself.
Your new girlfriend was like, I actually have a really great job. And you're like, oh yeah?
I literally,
do you?
I kid you not, the first time we hung out, her office was in the same building as Dumbo House in New York.
Yeah.
Allegedly. So I was like,
allegedly? Let me see the fucking address book.
Before our first date, before our like first date at all, we were going to do dinner, but I was like, oh, I'm actually in Dumbo. What are you doing? And we ended up having like coffee and snacks there. And she's like, oh yeah, I'll just come upstairs from my job.
Yeah.
It's like,
So you wanted to check those receipts.
Yeah, just need to make sure.
And make sure those receipts are there. All right, well, let's give this person a call back to find out what romantic and financial fraud really looks like. If you're like me, you're a hot sleeper, but then you get too cold, but then you get too hot. I run hot, but I like to sleep cold. If you're waking up too hot or too cold, then I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Inspired by NASA, heard of them? Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulated bedding so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. Using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating. Yeah, I'm a scientist while I sleep for that, basically. These sheets are infused with silver, that luxury thing, and prevents up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors, baby. I'm basically a sleep fiend. I got these puppies in the mail, and I love to spread a new pair of sheets on my bed and get into them, and they're all nice and cozy. And I gotta say, I highly recommend these babies because they are giving me the sleep that I deserve and/or/want. Go to trymiracle.com/perfectperson to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code PERFECTPERSON, all one word, at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/perfectperson and use the code PERFECTPERSON to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/perfectperson to treat yourself.
Holy shit.
Hello, you called Perfect Person, and I'm here to call you back. I'm with Kittens. Sorry, did I say your name too flamboyantly? I'm with Kittens.
Oh my God, hi.
We're going to need to know a couple more details about your romantically fraudulent boss, because I'm very curious what that means.
Oh my God. Okay. Strap in. Okay. First of all, I'm eating dinner in my car right now, and I'm just looking like a crazy person in the parking lot. Okay.
What are you having?
Anyway, soup from Olive Garden.
You're having
Interesting
soup?
choice. Interesting choice. I haven't tried that. I love eating in my car, but like,
Yeah. I mean, it is unlimited.
it's true.
Yeah. What kind of soup?
The pasta fajoule. Yes.
I knew it.
Is that your
That's the
favorite
best one. It's the best one. It's the best one.
The pasta fazool? So you got soup to go and you are in the car eating your soup. Why didn't you stay? I'm sorry. I know you called in about something else, but I'm just I need to know how we got here so I can understand your problem.
The vehicle is parked. I'm at school in the parking lot.
Got it.
Waiting for class to start, eating my soup in the solitariness of my car.
Absolutely.
It's calming.
There's
nothing better.
There's nothing calming than pasta fajoule in your car. In the
Pasta fajoule alone in your car right before you go to EKG class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice. EKG, like EKG machines?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So what is going on and where do you work?
Okay, so I work for a home builder.
A home builder.
Very not related to my schooling at all. This is not what I intend to do for the rest of my life. So School is a different thing. Okay, a home builder for a 55 and older community.
Like a developer, like a development type of thing?
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So they have their own little neighborhood, right? And I am the designer of the homes. So when somebody buys a lot, I'm the one who they come to, and it's like, all right, we're going to pick out your cabinets and your floor and all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. So
is that why you're doing EKG stuff? Because you're like running in a senior community? You just want to like
Exactly.
paint the picture. So you're like, once these people move in, they're gonna need their hearts are gonna stop, and they're gonna need me to
you
get
need
in there.
medical assistance. Exactly. And so now I'm the designer / cardiac specialist.
Love that.
Nice. Okay, cool. And what
because that's the job.
What kind of dirty deeds has your boss been doing?
Oh my God. Okay. So he started this company, right? Like 10 years ago, this company that I work for, with his wife at the time. Then he started cheating on her with this woman who we are going to call Ellen. That is not her real name.
And it's definitely not Ellen DeGeneres. I know that. I don't need to ask that. Go ahead.
Well, you don't know that for sure.
Okay.
We're not
That's
sure.
Helpful.
It could. We don't know. So then now there's this woman who works for us. She's our business manager, which is such a vague title. I think anyway. And now he is absolutely like hooking up with her on the side.
And how do you know that? Have you witnessed canoodling, or is it just sort of a vibe you get?
Okay, so they will be like, oh, we have to go look for other build sites, and they'll leave, right? Or they'll say that like, oh, we're going to go to lunch, and then they will be gone until we close.
Getting a little hotel room somewhere.
So suspicious. It is so, and he's still with Ellen, quote unquote fake name Ellen.
Is there 3?
God, this is confusing. Okay, sorry. No, so there's the ex-wife.
There's 10 people.
And he's not with her anymore.
Oh.
Look, it's an orgy that happens in the office on a daily basis.
It's at this retirement community. Everybody's fucking. And in the construction site.
The chlamydia is rampant.
You keep hitting buttons, and it feels like it's censoring like something, a curse word that you're saying. Okay.
Oh my God.
So you.
I think my boss is cheating on his girlfriend. The ex-wife who he started the company with, they got divorced. She's out of the picture.
Got it. Okay.
Got it.
He is dating this woman who was the mistress during the marriage.
Oh, he's passing the buck.
Yeah.
Exactly. I see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then now he's got this other, like mistress number 2 who works in our office, and they will disappear for hours upon hours, right?
Right.
And then recently the ex-wife came to the office to like pick something up and made a passing comment about how like he bugs the office, which is just so bananas.
He bugs the office, like leaves like a bug, like from a CSI.
Yes, like she made that passing comment, and I don't know whether or not it was a joke, because she's one of those people where like she's so ironic that you're not sure what is serious and what is not. And then I just literally got a text message yesterday from him that was like, hey, by the way, Ellen's daughter is going to start working in your department. So now his girlfriend, who he is cheating on, her adult daughter is going to start working with me in this office where he is sleeping with the business manager.
Oh my God.
This is about to implode, by the way.
He's making terrible decisions.
Yeah, what a
across
terrible.
the board.
Of course. And also, it feels like one of those things where like he's giving the girlfriend's daughter a job to try to be like, look, I'm doing this nice thing for my girlfriend.
Right.
And that way, you know what
exactly.
I mean? Yeah, right.
It is insane. And his ex-wife, so he has not paid child support. He has kids. He has not paid child support in like many moons and is so thousands and thousands of dollars behind, to the point that his ex-wife put a lien on his house.
Oh, God.
And then also he bought a new house in his current mistress's neighborhood under our company name instead of his name.
Oh,
because
sneaky.
he like has the lien on his other house. He is so sketchy. And like, oh my God, he literally, I'm just like crime on crime on crime on crime.
Yikes.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going to get laid off. You probably need to find a new job.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
You see why I'm in school? That's why I'm in school. I was like, this shit is going to explode tomorrow.
Yeah, and you just also don't want to be involved, especially if there's financial weird fraud stuff. You don't want to be anywhere near that, because then it can get real sticky.
I see. Yeah.
And it's also like you're going to get a bad, if you've got a good reference from this guy now, you should be applying to a job elsewhere.
Yeah.
Trying to like steal the reference before he's in prison.
Agreed.
Or murdered by the 3 people that are his exes. What a nightmare. I mean, it sounds like the gossip at work is fun though for you.
Oh my God.
Like you're loving it.
Dude, the hot goss, literally sometimes I think about it and like Rainey Toll would appreciate this so hardcore. She would love the goss and all
absolutely. The tea. My coworker Rainey, she would absolutely love the goss. I mean, gossip around the office is really fun. Although unfortunately, I do think it means that your company is not long for this world.
Yeah, it's not a good sign.
And also, like the gossip has to happen elsewhere because of the aforementioned possible bugs that might exist. We're not sure.
Yeah. Hopefully he's not bugging you. Do you have other coworkers at the office that you're sharing facts and secrets with?
Yes. So
you guys need code words.
Yeah, you need code words. I think Butter is with his mistress again.
I think the cherries might be having sex in the parking lot.
He's never going to know. That's perfect.
Never gonna know because I could be talking about anybody. I could be talking about literal cherries. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah.
You should say, I went to Olive Garden again.
Yeah, the pasta Stroglione or whatever is actually hooking up with the business manager.
The breadsticks are piping hot.
Entering.
The breadsticks are God. The breadsticks are entering the pasta fazool.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's just so messy. It's so messy and like awkward around the office and like tense. And of course, this is like a very Christian company. It's like based on Christian.
I'm sorry. Did you just say it's a very Christian company?
It's a very Christian
I sure did.
home building operation. Really?
Yes.
Strong Christian values.
Yeah, right.
The strongest. And when this is not a joke. When the pandemic started, he gathered us. We're a small company. He gathered us in like the main foyer, and I shit you not, held communion with like crackers from HEB. We're in Texas, so it's a grocery store.
Got it.
And grape juice. And was like, we are protected from COVID because we are
better
bathed
run.
in the blood of Christ.
You should have quit then.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You gotta go. You gotta get a new job.
I know, but the commission's been really good, so like that's why I've stayed. But now, I work during the day and I'm at school at night to do a cardiac sonography echo tech thing because I cannot be doing this anymore. But
I mean, you're crushing it career-wise, but you got to leave this job. I think it's going to implode, and this guy is going to melt down nuclearly. That's so crazy.
Oh my God! Literally every day is a new adventure.
Yeah, that's wild. Well, hey, find a new job. It also sounds like you're in school, so you're going to be done with this soon anyway.
Yes, I am currently halfway through my program, so I'll find something else in the meantime. It's
exit
just
plan.
Banana trip.
Get an exit plan. You've got the parachute, and it's the EKG tech. And before you know it, you're going to be doing EKGs on old people. Okay? So let your heart rest easy. By the way, every time I have to get an EKG, they shave little squares in my chest hair.
No.
It is so embarrassing.
Oh my God.
Because
Oh my God, we talked about that. They're like, it can cause weird lines that might make you think that someone's having AFib, but it's just hair.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had that, but they always do have to shave little squares, and it's not my
silly.
favorite. But anyway, thank you for calling in. You're the best. Thanks for giving us that goss, and find a new job.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you for calling.
I'm going to work on that.
All right, talk to you later. Bye.
Okay.
Wow, what a nightmare.
Oh my God. I mean, very entertaining.
Very entertaining.
But yikes.
And there's a 0% chance that Jesus is protecting them from COVID, right?
Please. Come on.
That is so psycho.
Like, that's just another level of delusion.
Yeah,
I
that's
really
really
can't.
crazy. I think that I probably would have left the job then.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%.
Have you ever had a really bad boss?
Thankfully, I have been my own boss for over 10 years.
Absolutely crushing it.
Yeah, so that's been good. But my only like real boss was a friend, and actually he helped me come up with the name Kittens.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, many moons ago.
That's
and
very
helped
nice.
me like with DJing getting started.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, no real bad ones.
No bad ones. Yeah, I've had a few just because I had to kind of work a couple service jobs that sucked ass when I was like a kid. But I used to work at I've told this story before, but I used to work at a restaurant called Sake Bomb.
Oh.
And it was a Japanese fusion restaurant.
Okay.
And on my first day, they fired the food runner, and there was no food runner, so I had to wait tables myself.
Oh God.
And then everyone who was there was like they all were like fresh out of prison or were currently living in a halfway house, which is normally fine, but they all were continuing to do crimes at the job.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
okay.
So it's like, in theory, I was like, you know what? Honestly, this is great. Like, but then this guy would be like, hey, can you watch my tables? Like, I have to go sell some pills in the parking lot.
Oh
and
my
then I would
God.
be right back. And then like this woman would be like too stoned to do a big table with me. It was a wild job.
Oh my God. Yikes. Wow. I was a makeup artist for a long time. So I worked at
Amua.
Yeah, Amua. I'm an ex-Mua now.
Where were you, Amua?
At Mac.
Mac. Oh, I've
And
heard
it was
of
like when the Mac store was like a thing, when it was like
Right.
there'd be lines throughout the mall when we dropped a limited collection. It was like really chaotic.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I don't know.
Yeah. It does seem like a fun job.
Yeah, it was super fun. So
Well, Lauren, we're near the end of the show.
Oh my God, already?
We have one final segment, a segment we like to call Get Real. This is a segment.
Is this you playing?
I fucking wish. It's me live. I really wish I could play the piano. I absolutely can. This is a segment we like to call Get Real. It's a segment where we force a genuine moment in order to learn more about each other and ourselves.
Okay.
And I think a good place to start. So your podcast is about identity, and I was wondering who you are to you. If you were to define your identity, and you were to describe things about yourself that are meaningful to you to someone else, what would those things be?
I would say I'm a half Persian lesbian creative cat mom that has an absurd amount of compassion for other people.
Yeah.
And has raging ADHD.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those are all fantastic things to have. Do you feel like you learn things about yourself as of late, or do you feel like you know yourself well enough to predict like the way that you'll feel about things?
For the most part I can predict, but also I'm always like aware of things evolving.
Yeah.
So I kind of check in with how I might feel about something or things that I want to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Gotta throw that on a loop.
I know. Honestly, though, sometimes in this segment, people will they'll start talking about something really serious, and then when I repeat it, they always laugh.
Oh my God.
Kind of funny. But yeah, that's interesting. I've been thinking about that a lot because I feel like, so I'm like a new father, and I'm at sort of a new phase of my career and stuff like that. And I feel like I'm starting to learn things about myself for the first time in a while. Like I think for the last couple of years, I've kind of had an understanding of who I am, but I'm starting to settle into being like, oh, actually, this makes me happy, and this is something I thought would make me happy, and it doesn't. And like, I think that's always interesting. But yeah, you're saying you're willing for things to change, but you have a pretty good understanding of yourself as of now.
Yeah, I think foundationally, especially like at this phase of life.
Yeah.
You pretty much have your foundational stuff, and there can be some differences in how that foundation's accessorized.
Okay,
maybe
cool.
depending on like the season of your life, you might switch out the accessories, but your base is pretty much set.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I'm always like looking for new accessories.
Yeah. I love that. And the last question is, who do you want to be when you grow up?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I just want. I mean, I don't know what that response.
No,
is.
I don't know. I don't really have an agenda. I'm just sort of like, I've thought about that question.
Do people
recently.
say like a person and they're like, oh
no, just like,
like what version?
Like for example, I'll say when I grow up, I want to be somebody that's like really like centered in a community of people.
Ooh.
That like people can come to me with certain things. I think I want to be like calmer than I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I think I want to have a sense of like. Have a sense of willingness. I guess it's that quote of like willingness to accept the things I can't change, or just like to have a calmness, to have an ease to certain things, to be able to laugh a lot and like not take things so seriously. But that's like who I'd like to be when I grow up.
Got it.
Yeah.
I definitely want to be one of those elders that's doing exciting novel shit. And because I'm already very calm, so I want to make sure that I keep some like life spice going as I get older.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to be somebody who cultivates community and motivates and inspires and supports people who are, you know, just trying to live a good life, and when they're stuck on this wild ass planet.
I know. We certainly are stuck here. Huh? Well, thank you so much for doing the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Where can the people find you and listen to your podcast?
Across all social medias.
Pinterest.
All the things is at I am Kittens, like I am baby cats, multiple baby cats. And then the podcast is She, Her, They. We're on Instagram at She, Her, They, and anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Heck yeah. Well, go check out Kittens. And until next time, remember that no matter what your problems are, perfection is only a call away.
That was a Headgum podcast.